Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guest today is Jessica Altfillisch from Harmony School of Music in Cedar Rapids. Welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Yeah, nice to see you. And you come in about this time every year to talk about Community Music Day.
Yes.
But before we start talking about Community Music Day, for those who may not be familiar with the Harmony School, just, sketch out just a little bit about what you do the other 364 days of the year.
Well, a lot of those days are preparing for
Preparing
Community
for this,
Music Day,
yeah.
let me tell you. Harmony School of Music was founded in 2017. We are a nonprofit organization here in Cedar Rapids, and our mission is to provide inclusive music experiences. So, of course, over the years, we all develop our own style, our own things that we gravitate towards. Well, now sometimes we feel like there's these silos of art that are happening completely independent of each other. And, a lot of people in our community don't always have access to those things for finances because they live in the wrong school district or cultural issues, barriers. And so what we do is we have an after-school program that is primarily targeted towards students who have barriers to other programs. So 90% of our students do not have financial access. They can't afford after-school lessons. About 90% of our students report that they don't have an orchestra program in their school. And so we provide that free of charge after school. Kids meet about 8 hours a week. And we have orchestra class and music reading class and do some group building and social skills activities as well.
And one day a year, celebrate music all over the community.
We do. We are really, really committed to making sure that our students are out performing in the community and trying to make sure that we're doing free performances. So our kids are also getting the experience of giving back to their audiences. One thing that we came up with before the pandemic is just bringing every musician from the area to the library one day to just play and enjoy music and play together to take down some of those barriers between the jazz folks and the indie rockers and the orchestra people and the hip hop crowd, and just to have a joyful day with our fellow citizens.
Well, and the age barrier too, because I often think that one of the best things that a child can see who is just getting started in music is getting to see a teenager and or an adult playing music. To understand this is not something you just do in class one day a week. It is something that you can do for your whole life.
Exactly. Some of our students have looked at me at the end of the day and said, "Can we do this next weekend too?" And so, no, I agree completely with that. And there's also, I think one of the biggest barriers is age. We a lot of times feel like the adults should be making music together and the kids should be making music together. And then even so, the kids should be making music in grades, by age group. And so one of the things that we are doing at Community Music Day is doing an ensemble. I don't want to call it an orchestra because I don't want to turn anyone away. This isn't just for the string players. This is for everyone. We have an ensemble, and we're asking for people to come and sing with us as well. We're going to do an arrangement of Ode to Joy that was written by Dr. Steve Shanley over at Coe College, and will be conducted by none other than our own Tim Hankewich.
Oh, that won't be fun at all.
No. I mean,
no.
If anyone is
I'm
listening,
sorry. If you want to have fun with music, do not ever let Tim Hankewich near you.
No. And I'm sure it is not interesting at all to anyone to actually be on the other side of the baton to see what it's like to be.
I love it. Yeah.
In a big group of people playing and singing music.
Yeah. But as you said, you're not calling it an orchestra because it can be. So there'll be string instruments, wind instruments, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. You mentioned voice. There'll be chorus.
Yes.
Okay.
We have for the string players, we have leveled parts. So we have beginner parts, intermediate, and a little bit more advanced. None of the parts are really terrible. They're all pretty accessible. So there's all sorts of age levels and ability levels that are addressed in the arrangement. We also have the wonderful Myron McReynolds over at Orchestra Iowa School helping with some...
Director of Education at Orchestra Iowa.
That's right. That's right. Helping us with arrangements for the wind and brass instruments as well. So those are the parts we have. However, that does not mean that's all we can do.
So I can bring my kazoo?
Please.
Okay.
Please. If you know dun 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 dun, whether you read the music or not, doesn't matter. Come and join us.
So that's kind of the capstone of the day. That's the headline event. Yeah, that's
of the day.
That happens after you've already been at it since 10 o'clock in the morning. So tell us a few other things that are going on.
Man, how long is your segment here? All right, so there are things for children as well, for little itty bitties. There's going to be a music-centered story time at the library. The library staff is helping us with that. We are going to have craft and activity tables that are centered around music set up for just about the whole time. We have West Music is providing an instrument petting zoo, and that is for all ages. If you ever wanted to just noodle on a trombone or pick up a violin and see what it's like, now's your chance. We also have this really amazing panel discussion that's coming up in the afternoon, music and mental health. And we have some help from the University of Iowa Music Therapy Department, the faculty and students over there. So, yeah, and there's a lot of great stuff going on. One thing, I was just on a call this afternoon with a group I've never heard of before. Apparently, we have a group called the Symphonettes, which is a bell choir that performs regularly, and they are located at Summit Point Retirement Community. So it's unbelievable, just the sheer amount of music that is going to be going on. We've got a hip-hop group, I believe they're hip-hop, called Never Dream Less, that is going to be doing a dance production. We have the Cedar Rapids Community Orchestra playing. We have some independent rock guitar players who are going to come and jam with us. So, and this whole thing has really taken on a life of its own this year, and it's just incredible to think about the sheer variety of things that are going on at the library.
Well, it sounds like a whole weekend's worth of stuff, and you're shoehorning it all into just a few hours on Saturday the 2nd.
It really does. It really does. But luckily, we have from 10 a.m. until 3:30 p.m. Oh, also, shout out to Mount Mercy. The vocal studio is bringing some students by to do some solo singing as well in the morning. So, yeah, I told you, man, we could talk about this for another hour.
Well, and I was just struck. I was struck by a memory because you were talking about the instrument petting zoo, and I all of a sudden realized, oh my gosh, that's where I screwed up with my own kids because we never took them to an instrument petting zoo, and so when at school, when one of my sons was presented with the instruments that he could potentially play in band, he picked the wrong one. And he hated it and quit as soon as he possibly could. Now, the good news is he kept up with his piano and, but he ended up on the French horn, which he just never really touched him. And I thought, if I would have waited till he was a 6th grader, if I would have taken him to an instrument petting zoo when he was in kindergarten or 2nd grade or 3rd grade and just let him start banging on stuff, we might have had a completely different outcome.
You never know. Yeah. And giving your child the opportunity to just explore what's out there, watch them, see what they like, see what's really capturing their interest. Play them some YouTube videos and some good recordings at home and see what sound is calling to them. But yeah, this is a great way to help. Well, there's study after study that talks about how music really does impact your brain in lots of positive ways. And also just to see, is playing a musical instrument for them, is singing for them, is this something that they'd want to pursue? And if so, how? Which instrument?
Community Music Day at the Cedar Rapids Public Library begins at 10 a.m., yes, on March 2nd, a whole day of activities. But it sounds like as I said, kind of your headline performance will be the ensemble directed by the great Tim Hankewich. that accepts all comers. I love that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Tim, please correct me if I'm wrong, audience. I don't think Tim has done anything like this before.
Oh, not in my recollection.
Yeah. So this is kind of a big deal. So please come out, sing with us, play with us, just enjoy the show if that makes you more comfortable. But yeah, it'll be a great day.
Again, it's the 2nd of March, admission free.
Admission free.
And then if people want to take a look at the schedule or find out more about the programs that your Harmony School offers, they can visit you online. Where is that?
Mm-hmm. Our website is www.harmonycr.org.
Jessica Altfillisch from Harmony School of Music and Community Music Day. Thanks so much for being here.
All right. Thanks a lot, Dennis.
You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio many weekdays at 10:30 or download the podcast, watch or listen to you on your own schedule at kcck.org/culture or using your favorite podcast player. Our video producer is Lydia Kilgore. I'm Dennis Green. I'll talk to you later.